came across this little meme the other day. In 1965, when Singapore just got independence, the value of Singapore dollar and Malaysian ringgit was about the same, but close to 6 decades later, 1 Sing dollar now is equivalent to 3 Malaysian ringgit. You know what's more crazy? The average monthly salary in Singapore is 4,100 USD, but Malaysia, it's 804 USD per month. That's 5 times more. Malaysia and Singapore, we shared so many similarities. We were both under British colonial rule, both are multiracial, both gained independence around the same decade, and both are also strategically located in one of the busiest sea routes in the world. Both also started building our economy with labor-intensive manufacturing. But what led to such difference 6 decades later? How come Singapore is so wealthy and Malaysia is so behind? Well, the first thing we can point out is their strong focus on developing human capital. Since Singapore has very little natural resources, they know that human capital is their only resource to depend on. And how do you develop human capital as a country or community? The answer is education. In Singapore, the government spent 1,600 USD on education per capita, while in Malaysia, we spend 500 USD on education per capita. This simply means Malaysia spent only around 500 USD on education per person as compared to Singapore, which is 1,600 USD per person. Singapore basically spent around 3 times more on education compared to Malaysia. This is perhaps Singapore know very well that they don't have much natural resources, so building strong human capital is the best way. Oh, in fact, they would also recruit top students to be teachers to educate their future generation. But guess what? In Malaysia, we have English teachers who don't speak English, science teachers who don't do well in any science subject. And I'm not joking. I've had the privilege of attending a local public university. I've met students who are from IPG, Institusi Pendidikan Perguruan, who were training to be teachers, and many of them didn't even want to be teachers to start with. They were just given the place to be there. And like I've mentioned, many of them are not even interested in the subject that they will be teaching in future. And personally, I believe this is one of the major reasons we are not able to produce a high-income workforce in general. All of us have probably experienced going to school and dealing with teachers who are not able to inspire us. And worse, they themselves have no idea on the subject that they are teaching. This will end up just producing students who are uninterested in learning. I believe students will greatly benefit from good education, and it will really make a huge difference in their future economic success, whether on the personal level or at the community level. And don't we know this? We know this! In fact, our leaders know this. That's why many of our ministers send their children to study in prestigious boarding schools overseas, right? But back here in Malaysia, our education system is so